What was the original diet? Did it include flesh at all? No. It was a vegetarian, we could even say a vegan diet, couldn't we? And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat." That's the optimal diet, isn't it? That's before sin happened. When God led the Israelites out of Egypt, and He was the sole provider, He was the one that was giving them sustenance, what did He provide? Meat or a vegetarian diet? It was vegetarian. Remember manna? Wasn't manna everything they needed to sustain and to live? How did the Israelites treat the manna? Over time, they started to grumble and complain. They were clamoring after the flesh pots of Egypt, right? Oh, we remember when we were in Egypt and we could eat blah, blah, blah. God says, "I've given you exactly what you need." Didn't we just read there wasn't one feeble person among them? What kind of diet was it? It was vegetarian. We could say even vegan, couldn't we? You know what's really interesting when you study the life of Elijah? I found this fascinating. You're first introduced to Elijah. He's a flesh eater. Then as God is working with him and providing food, you ever read the story about the ravens? The first time the ravens bring bread and meat. And just before he's translated, he's just down to bread. Bread and water. That's it. Elijah is a type, isn't he, of God's last day people. You say, "Oh man, you're really stretching it now." I don't know. Look at Daniel. What was Daniel's test? The very first thing that Daniel had to be victorious in. Before any of those other tests come, what was it? It was diet. Adam and Eve's test was diet. The Israelites' test was diet. Daniel's test was diet. When Jesus was out in the wilderness and he was tempted of the devil, what was the very first temptation? It was food. It was diet. What will the remnant, just before Jesus comes again, what will they eat? Isaiah 33 and verse 16. "He will dwell on high. His place of defense will be the fortress of rocks." Notice this. "Bread will be given him. His water will be sure." Does that sound like the life of Elijah? It sure does. This is why I think Sister White says in Counsels on Health, page 450, "Again and again I have been shown that God is trying to lead us back, step by step, to His original design. That man should subsist upon the natural products of the earth. Among those who are waiting for the coming of the Lord, meat eating will eventually be done away. Flesh will cease to form a part of their diet. We should ever keep this end in mind or in view and endeavor to work steadily toward it." You see the progression? The original diet was the Eden diet, total vegetarian, fruits, grains, nuts, seeds. After sin, vegetables were supplemented in there. The admonition to even eat meat wasn't given until after the flood. And that was the clean and the unclean. And Noah only loaded 2 of the unclean. They better not eat one of them, right? Or he wouldn't have any of those animals today. But you see the progression as God is trying to lead His people back to a vegetarian diet. In heaven, will there be any killing? Any meat eating? Might as well prepare now, right? Might as well get the blessing now. You know, the Bible says, "Believe the Lord your God and you shall be established. Believe His prophets and you shall prosper." I want to prosper, don't you?